my name is Kat, and today I will be doing the 7 Deadly Sins book tag. This tag was started by Bookishly Malaysia, and I will link the original video in the description. For this tag, I will be answering some questions relating to books and the 7 Deadly Sins. The first of the 7 Deadly Sins on this list is greed, and the questions relating to greed are: what is your most inexpensive book, and what is your most expensive book? For inexpensive, I have this copy of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and also The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I got these books at a school library sale, and each one was 50 cents, so pretty cheap. For my most expensive book, I'm assuming textbooks aren't included because I have some pretty pricey textbooks, but the most expensive novel I own would be pretty much any Harry Potter hardcover. The Harry Potter hardcover books are about 30 bucks each, which is pretty pricey for a book, and especially pricey considering I was a teenager when I bought them, so $30 for a book for a teenager is like really expensive. The next deadly sin on this list is wrath, and the question is, which author do you have a love-hate relationship with? For this one, I'm going to have to go with Lauren DeStefano. I really love her writing style. I find it so lyrical and beautiful, but I just don't really like the world of this story very much. The next deadly sin on my list is gluttony, and the question is, which book have you devoured over and over again without shame? And that one has got to be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the first Harry Potter book. I have read this book at least 6 times, and I will probably read it many more times over the course of my life. I love this series, I love this first book. It's wonderful. Another book that I've read over and over again, but that I do feel a little bit of shame about, is Twilight. There's something so addicting about this story and Stephenie Meyer's writing, and I've read this book many times. Judge me if you will, but Twilight. The next deadly sin on this list is sloth, and the question is, what book have you neglected to read due to laziness? For this one, I have to go with Under the Dome by Stephen King. I need 2 hands to support this. I talked about this in the big book video that I recently did, and that is the reason why I have neglected this for so long. It is a giant book, over 1,000 pages, and it's so intimidating. I know I need to read it. I've just been putting it off because it's a huge book and I'm kind of lazy. Sloth. The next deadly sin on this list is pride, and the question is, what book do you talk about the most in order to appear an intellectual reader? For this one, I will have to go with The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This isn't one of my favorite books or anything. I just read it in high school, studied it in high school. I've also watched the YouTube videos that John Green has made analyzing this book, so I feel like I have some good insight on it, and I can discuss it in a smart sounding way, even though I'm not that smart. The next of the deadly sins is lust, and the question is, which attributes do you find most attractive in male and female characters? For me, personally, I have to go with humor and intelligence. I love characters that are witty and clever and funny, whether they are male or female characters. I also really like confidence in a character. For physical attributes, I really like male characters who are tall, dark, and handsome, aka William Herondale. And finally, the last of the 7 deadly sins is envy, and the question is, which book would you most like to receive as a gift? This one is kind of hard for me because if there's a book I want, I just buy it. I'm an adult, I do what I want. But currently, some of the books at the top of my wish list include the rest of the Vampire Academy series, which I am currently reading, and I need to obtain the rest of that series and also Bloodlines to be really happy. And also at the very top of my list, which I'm sure many of you will approve of, I have the Heroes of Olympus series, the spin-off series to the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I would really like that series as well. I love me some Percy Jackson. But the one book that I really want but will probably never buy for myself is a hardcover of The Deathly Hallows. I have this paperback and I would really love a hardcover to match my collection, but I just can't bring myself to spend like 30 bucks on a book when I already have a readable copy. I probably will never buy a hardcover of Deathly Hallows, but I would really like one. Alright, that is everything. Those are the 7 deadly sins of reading and the questions that go along with them. I'm not going to tag anyone in this video because it is kind of an older tag, but if you have not yet done this tag and you would like to, consider yourself tagged and do it. But yeah, that is everything I wanted to talk about today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will have another one up soon, so I will see you then. Goodbye!